Eli, 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 Yale, roll, they roll, they roll, roll, roll. Eli, 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 Yale, roll, bulldog, bulldog, bow, wow, wow. Eli, Yale, bingo, 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 that's a lingo. Eli, Yale. Bulldog, bulldog, bow, wow, wow. Eli, Yale. Bingo, 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 that's a lingo. Eli, Yale.
Buller, buller, bingo, bingo, bulldog, bulldog, bow, wow, wow. Eli, Yale. Roll, de roll, roll, roll. Yeah. That's what college is all about. Giving young people words to live by. Now, I've been houseman to all the finest undergraduates here at Yale for, most of my life. And I can tell you this without fear of contradiction. Students arrive here as shallow, callow, heartless boys. But by Godfrey, they leave here shallow, callow, and heartless men. And gentlemen at that. Now, this graduating class of 1908, they are lovely fellas at heart. My two lads, Mr. Jack Chesney and Mr. Charlie Wickham, are particularly wonderful fellas, if a bit scatterbrained. Being concerned about matters romantic. They're both head over heels in love. And you know what that can do, even to a sane person. Oh, but I've said enough. I'm not the sort to carry tales.
Brassett!
Yes, sir.
There will be luncheon for 5 today, Brassett. The ladies are coming.
For how many, sir?
For 5, and Mr. Wickham's aunt will be here. He's at the station now to meet her. Well, that's the whole point, to meet Charlie's aunt. That's how we got the ladies to come.
It's very droll, I'm sure.
What do you mean, droll?
Hey, well, sir, I'm afraid credit in the kitchen is somewhat beyond defunct. It is, in fact, sir, totally funked.
Oh, is it? Well, never mind, Brassett. Get it outside. Go to Bunter's.
I'm afraid we owe Bunter's.
Oh.
However, sir, I've no doubt it'll be all right at Bunter's if I say it's for me.
Good fellow, Brassett. Luncheon for 5 at 1 o'clock. Miss Spettigue. My dear Miss Spettigue. Kitty. It has come to my attention that I love you most horribly. Well, that doesn't sound right. Kitty. My dear, sainted, beloved Kitty. I cannot sleep.
Excuse me, sir, I was wondering...
What is it, Brassett?
Well, I was wondering if you wanted to keep these dreadful old boots. They really are quite disgusting.
Oh, I'd like to keep them as a souvenir of my college years. My dear, sainted, beloved...
How about your old plaid knickerbocker?
No, and please leave me alone. Kitty.
Beg pardon, sir?
Confound it. I wasn't addressing you.
Oh, sorry, sir.
My dear, sainted, beloved Kitty. I can't... Brassett, you... Oh, you, Charlie.
I don't want to interrupt you if you're busy.
No, I've been trying to practice my proposal to Kitty, but I'm constantly interrupted. Where's your aunt?
That's just it. My aunt wasn't on the train.
Are you sure, Charlie? After all, you've never seen her. You might have walked right by her without realizing it.
She was not on the train.
Well, how can you be so positive?
Because I reread her letter, and she's not due in from New York until the 12:30.
You nitwit.
Yes, just like me, isn't it?
Oh, this could be a pretty mess. The girls have accepted. They're already on their way.
But how did they get around their guardian?
Old Spettigue's gone out on a business appointment, so all we have to worry about is your aunt. The girls won't stay without a chaperone.
Hang it, Jack. It'll mean cutting it close, but we simply must see Amy and Kitty today before their Uncle Spettigue takes them off to Scotland.
Oh, but Charlie, your aunt will surely come, won't she?
If my aunt is practical enough to marry one of the richest men in South America, she can certainly catch a train. Look what I read in this morning's Times. She's really quite famous.
New breed of chicken resists influenza.
No, not there. There.
Oh. Madam, or rather Donna Lucia Dalvadores, the Brazilian millionaire who has taken J.P. Morgan's Fifth Avenue townhouse, is an American woman of genial disposition and financial genius. Indeed, it was her capacity in this direction that earned the gratitude of her late husband and led to a romantic deathbed marriage. The old dear's quite a celebrity.
She went to Brazil before I was born and became some sort of secretary to this rich old Brazilian chap, Dom Pedro Dalvadores. But go on. Read the next.
Her only relation is a nephew at Yale.
That's me.
Oh, Charlie, this is a startler.
Well, I've no reason to expect anything more from her than she's already done, for which I'm very grateful. Ever since I've been orphaned, she's arranged for my entire education through a trust.
Well, we won't be too hard on that, Aunt. And while you two get acquainted, Kitty and I can have our little talk.
What about Amy and me and our little talk?
Ah, that is a ticklish point. We obviously can't take turns hauling your dear auntie back and forth like a wheelbarrow. What we need is a charming chap to keep her diverted.
Exactly. Someone witty and dependable, a dashing conversationalist with just a touch of dignity.
Now, then which of our classmates would be the ideal companion for your aunt? Freddie Peel. No. He'd eat his lunch and her lunch and the centerpiece.
Jack, I've got just the chap. The only English nobleman on campus. Lord Fancourt Babberly.
Babs. Anthony Babs, of course. We should have thought of him first off. Hey, Brackett.
He's such a cheerful, amusing fellow. He'll keep Auntie in a rattling good humor.
Go to Lord Fancourt Babberly's rooms, give him our compliments, and ask him to come here at once.
Yes, sir. Say it's very important, and tell him we could use another bottle of champagne.
Oh, yes, sir. And to hurry. And while Babs is charming your aunt, we can have our moment with the girls.
Speaking of Babs's cheerfulness, haven't you noticed something about him ever since he was so ill and had to go off to the Mediterranean?
I've noticed lately he seemed a little out of sorts.
From the few hints he's dropped to me, I'd say Babs is a bit hard hit himself.
What, Babs in love?
Yes, and if I'm not very much mistaken, he's as soft-hearted over a girl as
we are. All the better. He'll feel for us. He'll see the necessity then of keeping the old lady well out of the way.
Lord Babberly's compliments, sir. He says he's expecting a gatter of his own later, and could you lend him a few bottles of champagne?
Lend him a few bottles of champagne? Well, with all the nerve. Come on, we'll go to him. We must make him come. We've simply got to be with our girls today.
Hurry, hurry, no time for anything. They come with a bang, they go with a bang, everything with a bang. Except pay their bills with a bang.
Hey, Jack! Jack, old man! Charlie, what about some champagne? What about some bubbly? Hello. The very thing. Serves them right. Shouldn't leave it about in this ostentatious way when I'm so beastly hard up. Well, they'd be ticked off. They can make do with whiskey and soda. They'll be fine. Yes, they'll be fine.
Hello, Babs.
Hello.
We've just been over to your rooms to find you. We've been talking about you.
Yes, how do you think I'm looking?
Splendid, Babs.
Yes, I thought you'd be pleased with me. Well, ta-ta, I'm on.
Don't go, Babs. You wanted to see us?
Yes. What was that about? Can't remember. Well, no matter. My loss. Ta-ta.
We were looking for you last night, but you were out.
Yes, you know Freddie Peel, don't you? He's an awful idiot. Hasn't a particle of brains, has he? But I'm all right. He gave a card party last night. I won $150 from him. You should have seen his face.
Well, Freddie Peel hasn't got a dime.
Oh, really?
Did he pay you?
Nobody's going to when his grandmother dies.
Oh, the old lady's been dead for years.
No, really? That's beastly. But he's an awful idiot. He hasn't a particle of brains, has he? But I'm all right. Well, that time,
Don't go, Babs. We want you to stay and have lunch with us today.
Oh, I say, Jack, don't play the giddy-goat. I've got so many things to do. I've got to try on my costume, rehearse for the theatrical, and most important, meet my tutor.
Babs, you mustn't work so hard. You're looking quite pulled down.
Am I really?
I was telling Jack that very thing just now.
You think I shall die?
Not you, but you don't want to worry over all this study. You'll be a great man one of these days without all that.
Well, that's what I think, you know, but I ought to do something.
Of course, Babs, you must stay to lunch. Charlie's aunt is going to pay him a visit.
No, really, what fun. I know Charlie visits his uncle sometimes when he's hard up, so it's only right his aunt should return the visit.
That's just the sort of thing we want, isn't it, Charlie? A jolly, smart chap like you with a fund of humor, lots of brilliant conversation.
Yes, Babs, that's it.
Yes, to interest and amuse a charming lady.
Yes, who is she?
Charlie's aunt.
What's she like?
Well, that's just it, Babs. I'm to see her today for the first time.
Oh, I say, Charlie, she may turn out to be an awful old crock.
She's a widow and a millionaire. That's enough, isn't it?
Rather. Put me down for a chance, Charlie. I'll take a chance.
We didn't care to ask Freddie Peel, did we, Charlie?
No. He's an awful idiot. I say, what's her name?
Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
Oh, damn it. What a name.
No use. You must stay to lunch. You'll find Charlie's on a charming old lady.
Charming old lady. I say, haven't you got anything younger coming?
Yes, 2 other ladies.
Nice, young?
Oh, yes.
Well, that's more to my line. How many did you say?
2.
Oh, I see. 1 for each of you and the old crock for me. No, thanks.
No. This is an awfully serious affair.
Yes, I should think so with an old crock like that.
And we want your help as a friend.
Yes, Babs, a friend we can trust, eh?
Rather.
Oh, look, we'll take you into our confidence. No humbug, straight as a die. We're in love.
Charlie as well, you silly ass.
No fool of a flirtation business, but the real, downright serious thing.
Yes, Babs. And if you knew the girls as we do, you wouldn't wonder at it.
And they're coming here to lunch today.
I say, have you proposed?
No, that's just it.
Want me to propose for you?
No! We can do that for ourselves. That's why we've asked them to come.
Babs, you don't understand our feelings a bit, do you?
No, don't I, though? Haven't you noticed how sad I've been lately?
Yes?
What is it?
Well, I don't know, but I think I may be in love, too.
What makes you think so?
Well... Oh, don't make me shout. This is upsetting. I'm always wanting to be alone and hear the birds sing. I've grown so fond of poetry. I can't sleep. I took to drink for a couple of days, made me ill for a week, so I left it off.
Well, you've got the symptoms. Tell us all about it.
Remember when I failed philosophy?
Dreadful shame.
No, not last time, the term before. I was awfully ill. I took the cruise around the Mediterranean. At Monte Carlo, I met an English officer named Delahay, quite penniless and dying. You know, Jack, he tried to commit suicide.
Bad luck at the tables, eh?
Yes, he beggared himself and his only child. Sweetest little girl you ever saw. And to amuse him and keep his spirits up, I used to play cards with him.
And what became of him?
He died, poor fellow.
And what became of her, the sweetest little girl you ever saw?
I lost sight of her. A lady traveling that way from South America, I believe, took charge of her. You know, Jack, I tried to tell her that
You loved her?
but she was in such grief that...
It all oozed out of your fingertips and the points of your hair.
But then I might have been rejected, and I should have looked such a silly ass.
Oh, Babs, we were mistaken. You can fully sympathize with our tender feelings.
So you'll stay, Babs?
Oh, I say, look here,
No,
Jack.
you'll do as you are. We won't let you go now that we've got you.
Oh, Jack, don't play the giddy goat. I've got so many things to do.
Oh, nothing important?
No, it's something awfully important. It's the theatrical, and I've given my word.
What are you playing?
A lady, an old lady, and I've never acted in my life before, and I've got to try on my things before my tutor comes.
Well, you can try them on here. Where are they?
In my room's in a box on the bed, but...
Brassett, would you fetch them, please, quick?
No, I'll fetch them with my little brown bag.
No, it's all right, Babs. Don't bother.
Babs, you don't sympathize with us a bit, do you?
Don't I? I only wish I could see my own little girl.
Oh, she'll turn up one of these days. Here, have a drink.
No, I've knocked it off.
Just a small one?
I'm teetotal.
Yeah, well, here you are, Charles.
All right, I'll have it.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll drink to her health, wherever she is. Here's to the future Lady Fancourt Babberly. What'd you say her name was?
I haven't the slightest idea. Go on with you. Miss Delahay, but don't bandy it about.
Your things, my lord.
Oh, thanks awfully, Brass. Just a moment, please. Jack, have you got 2 and 6?
2 and 6 what?
A quarter. Have you got a quarter?
Hey, Charlie, have you 2 bits?
No, Jack, I haven't.
Brassett, could you lend me a quarter?
A quarter? Oh, yes, sir. Thanks.
Here you are.
Thanks, Jack. Here you are, Brassett. Thanks awfully. Good.
Thank you.
Babs, why don't you try them on now?
Yes, let's have a look.
No, I'll try them on after lunch while you're all in the garden.
You can do that. We want you with us. Try them on now. It won't take long, will it?
Only a moment or two. You know, I've lost so much time over these theatricals. Next term, I really do mean to work. I mean, one must work for one's rewards in life, mustn't one? We've had a wonderful lot of Johnnies in our family. Great Johnnies in the Army, Navy, and things. I really must do something.
Oh, yes, here it is. Here's the name.
here and your aunt's not come yet.
What should we do?
Oh, there's nothing we can do. Let them come in. We can explain. So kind of you to come.
Oh, we were very pleased to be able to come, weren't we, Amy?
Oh, yes. Mr. Wickham, are we too early?
Oh, no. Here, would you like to...
Yes, Mr. Chesney. You didn't mention any time.
Oh, not at all. We're delighted.
So, this is where you think and study and do all your work and everything. Hmm?
Oh, yes. We do a lot of that sort of thing here.
I'm so glad you were able to come today. You're off to Scotland tomorrow for the summer, and we shall miss you so much.
Yes, Uncle always takes us to some remote place this time of year where we never see a soul, and it's so dreary.
Why does he?
I don't know, but it's lucky he's away in town today, or we wouldn't have been able to come at all.
I don't understand.
Well, he raises such odd objections. It has to do with our inheritance, I expect.
Oh. Would you like to see our rowing trophies? We got them for rowing.
Oh, I love rowing.
Dear Kitty, have you forgotten that dance the other night? I never shall.
No.
Oh, no. Those stolen moments by ourselves in the garden were the very happiest of all my life. And out there in the moonlight, well, moonlight is the true atmosphere for sentiment.
I wonder how many people have said that.
Kitty, I know when you like, you can be quite cynical.
I admit I am. I think Uncle makes me that way.
Why?
Because he's a selfish, wicked old man. Ooh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up.
Then we shall drop it.
What a dear, sweet old lady your aunt must be, Mr. Wickham. I am longing to know her. Where is she?
Jack, where's my aunt? What?
Why, she's hardly arrived yet.
Oh, no! Hasn't arrived. Oh, well, then we must, run and do more shopping and be back later. Shan't be long. Goodbye.
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 You see that? Off like a shot when they found your aunt wasn't here.
Makes an awful difference, doesn't it?
Now, look here, you cut off to the station and bundle the old girl here like blazes.
You know, Jack, I feel happier having seen them, don't you?
Yes, just be off.
I say, Jack, have you got any hairpins?
Hairpins? Great Scott, no.
Well, may I send Brassett for some?
Yes, certainly.
I say, Jack, have you got a dime?
No, sorry.
Oh, you haven't got anything, have you? I say, Brassett, I gave you a quarter before. Would you mind making it 15 cents, getting me a dime's worth of hairpins?
Certainly, my lord.
Oh, thanks awfully, Brassett. And Brassett, keep the change. I say, Jack, were those the girls?
Yes, they might have seen you.
Oh, I didn't know they were here.
Look how there's someone else. Oh, come in.
Jack!
Dad! Hi, dear boy. Dad, I'm so glad you could make it for graduation.
Wouldn't miss it, my boy.
You're looking great, Dad. How do you do it?
Oh, rich foods and all I care to drink seem the perfect recipe for good health. And you, my son, you seem much older than I was at your age. Perhaps it's the times. Even the old college shows it. New ivy, new paint.
Alma Mater's still an old beauty, Dad.
Yes, I suppose she is. But then we all grow old, don't we?
Oh, not you, Dad. You'd never know you were 51.
50.
Sorry. It is good to see you. I haven't seen half enough of you lately.
Judging from your wine bills, you haven't been too lonely.
Oh, gee, Dad,
Never mind. When I was your age, I, too, was more concerned with hospitality than accountancy. But now we must think things through, Jack.
What things, Dad?
Your future after graduation, for one. Perhaps we should have a talk while we have a chance to be alone. I don't mean to cast a gloom over your final days here at Yale.
Oh, by all means, let's not do that.
No, there's something we're in together you must know about.
Yes?
Now that I have come into control of the family properties with the death of your grandfather, I have also come face to face with the family debts and difficulties.
Debts?
Far more than I expected. As a matter of honor, I must settle them at once. The result, Jack, is that the sum I've been saving to give you your start has been expended. For the next few years, you and I will be, comparatively speaking, poor men.
Poor? But I thought that...
No, we all did. And I realize it will limit your prospects somewhat, my boy. But I am in hopes of landing you a government job.
Ah!
In Moose Jaw, Alaska.
Alaska?
Excuse me, sir.
What is it, Brassett?
His lordship's hairpins, sir.
Confound his hairpins. Dad, I have an idea. Couldn't this financial business be settled by a wealthy marriage?
No, Jack, that's the sort of thing I dislike.
My chum, Charlie Wickham, has an aunt, Donna Lucia Dalvadores. She's a widow and a millionaire.
A widow and a millionaire.
And a charming lady, Dad.
No, Jack, I don't think I'd advise you to do a thing like that merely for the sake of money.
Well, not me, Dad. You.
Me? Oh, you young rascal. No, no, I shall never remarry.
Now, don't be hasty, Dad. Think it over. Go back to your hotel room and make yourself look as nice as possible and come back here to lunch at 1 o'clock. And, Dad, put a flower in your buttonhole.
Jack!
Oh, Dad, Charlie Wickham. Charlie, my father.
Glad you're on our side, my boy.
Her nephew. Nice boy. You'll like him.
I thought it was the cavalry.
Now, don't forget, Dad, put a flower in your buttonhole. It takes years off a man.
No, I don't think so. Perhaps you and I could have lunch down at Moorings.
Don't be hasty, Dad. See her first.
All right, son. I'll have a look at her. I'll have a look at her.
Great. What is it?
Read this.
Important business. Don't expect me for a few days. Lucia Dalvadores.
No, she's not coming.
Oh, you blasted aunt. The girls won't stay without a chaperone. What are we to do?
Here they are. They're coming.
What on earth are we to do?
Jack, come here and look at me.
What the deuce is it? Thank you, God. Hey, Charlie, come here quickly.
What is it?
Babs, your aunt.
Babs? My aunt?
It's the only one you've got, so you'll have to make the best of her.
I say, how's this?
Splendid, Babs.
Who's that?
The girls.
The girls?
Yes, Charlie's aunt can't come.
Oh, can't you? I'll just go get out of this thing.
And the girls won't stay if you do.
Won't stay? What do you mean?
You must be Charlie's aunt.
What's that?
I said, you must be Charlie's aunt.
You're joshing. It's joshing. You're joshing.
No, the girls won't stay without a chaperone.
No.
Keep it down.
You've come back. So glad.
Yes, we've been longer than we intended, but Amy wanted to get some flowers for Charlie's aunt. Has she come?
Yes, has she? I hope she's come.
Oh, yeah, she's come. Miss Spettigue and Miss Verdun, Donna Lucia Dalvadores, Charlie's aunt.
Go on, say something.
How do you do, my dears?
We called upon you earlier, Donna Lucia, but you hadn't arrived.
And we brought you these.
Oh, thank you so much. I do love flowers. They're so floral.
I hope your journey from town hasn't tired you.
No, it was surely pleasant, I mean. What the deuce am I to do with these?
Stick them in your dress. Brasset, why are you standing there?
No compelling reason, sir.
Are you worried, Mr. Wickham? You look ill.
No, I'm anxious.
He's a little affected at meeting his aunt today for the first time. What the dickens don't you say something?
What the dickens am I to say?
Talk about the weather.
Charming weather!
Charming.
Charming.
Not a word to Freddie Peel about this. He already thinks I'm an idiot. Disapprove it.
May I arrange these for you, Donna Lucia?
Oh, thank you so much.
After all, you know, we do have some nice weather sometimes here in poor old Connecticut.
The devil she mean by that? You're a foreigner. Foreigner? What did you say my name was?
Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
Well, that's too long. Can't it be called something else?
No, you married a Portuguese abroad.
You're a widow.
From Brazil.
And a millionaire. Any children?
No, you fool.
Pity. Well, to know. That's all right. Now I can go ahead. Yes, it's lovely weather for dear old Connecticut.
Yes, indeed. Of course, Yale is all very new to you, Donna Lucia. Oh, but it's a dear old place in any weather. Amy and I will show you all about.
Oh, I should be delighted. You want to show me all about? I would love to see the gardens.
You're staying till tomorrow, aren't you?
I stay till tomorrow? No. No!
Oh.
Oh, but you will, you must. Mustn't she, Kitty?
I'm afraid Auntie can't stay after today.
No, you see, it's my washing day.
She has business to attend to in town.
Yes, lawyers and stocks.
Yes, stocks and socks. Oh, very important, you know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We have so longed to know you.
Have you, my dear?
Mr. Wickham has told us so much about you that he's made us quite love you.
Has he, my dear?
And he's so grateful. He says he owes everything to you and could never repay you. And oh, he's such a good, frank, upright man. It was noble of you.
You may kiss me. Well, you see, my dear, I felt it was my duty to look after the welfare of my poor brothers.
Sisters, you fool.
Sisters, you fool. And brother-in-law's orphan girl. Boy. Oh, he was so lovely. We wanted him to be twins.
Yes, but it was so good of you to find out. You were so far away in a foreign land, and he might have been left to starve or to fall into cruel hands. But you have a good, kind, affectionate nature.
Oh, have I, my dear?
Anyone can see it in your face.
Oh, you're too kind.
I feel I could tell my whole heart to you.
Oh, you're such a charming little girl. I feel I could grow very, very fond of you. You must tell me all that you like. Someday when you know me better.
I feel I've known you for years and years already.
Oh, my dear.
Mrs. Chesney, beg your pardon, sir. I just heard Mr. Spettigue at the gate inquiring for your room, sir.
Oh, dear, Uncle's back.
Mr. Spettigue? But I thought he was in New York.
I beg of you, Mr. Chesney, send him away.
Stay where you are. Say whatever you like, only get rid of it.
Charlie, no, please don't.
Why doesn't someone answer this door?
What do you want?
I wish to see Mr. Chesney.
Well, he's not at home.
And Mr. Wickham.
Gone away on a trip.
Now, look here, madam.
Where did you get that hat? Take it off, sir. Don't sit down.
Look to see the arrangements for the present, madam. I wish to see Mr. Chesney at once.
Well, he's not present. I am the only person present.
The attendant told me that two young ladies, my nieces, were here.
I tell you, I am the only young lady present.
But he told me that he saw them come in.
Well, did he tell you he saw them go out?
Now,
What more do you want?
They've gone into the garden.
They've done nothing of the kind.
Then they've gone into town.
Why couldn't you have thought of that before? And now, sir, having gotten all the information you're likely to get in your present condition...
My condition?
Well, you're quite obviously blotto. Disgraceful. Where have you been, sir?
What do you mean, madam? I am perfectly sober.
Well, you don't appear to be.
I am merely annoyed.
Other people can be annoyed as well as yourself.
Madam?
Sir!
I apologize.
Good day. Did you see anything strike that hat?
I beg your pardon.
Did you see anything strike this hat?
Certainly not. I suggest you contact the Temperance Society before it's too late.
Madam!
Sir!
Good day.
Don't knock at our doors again. You're a darling.
And you're a dear.
You're a dear.
Yes, you are.
All right, that'll be enough. Donna Lucia. Donna Lucia.
Yes, dear Jackie.
Take care, that'll be my father.
Am I in relation to him?
No, you're Charlie's aunt from Brazil.
Brazil, where's that?
You know, where the nuts come from. Dad. Miss Spettigue, my father.
Charmed.
Miss Verdun, my father.
Delighted. Now then, Jack, has she come?
Go on, Charlie. Introduce your aunt. Donna Lucia Dalvadores, Colonel Francis Chesney, Jack's father.
Charmed, I'm quite sure.
How do you do, Colonel Francis? I'm Charlie's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
Jack,
Yes?
is that the lady?
Yes.
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh, no, Dad, don't go, please. Go on. Charlie's told you all about him.
Charlie's told you all about him.
No.
No.
My nephew, Charlie.
My nephew Charles
Told me.
has told him.
You.
Has told you. Has told me all about you.
In his letter.
In his letters. In his letters. All right?
No, it isn't.
Do it yourself.
Jack.
Yes, Dad?
My boy, it's impossible.
What, Dad?
Well, look at her.
No, Dad, I didn't mean... Oh, good gracious.
Luncheon is ready, sir.
Oh. Take my father, and be careful how you talk to him. Dad, will you take Donna Lucia? Please?
Allow me, Donna Lucia.
Oh, thank you. Oh, what a lovely flower.
Oh, will you accept it?
Oh, thank you so much. I have it stuffed.
Brassett, will you open the champagne, please?
Yes, can't seem to find it, sir.
You can't find it. Do you know where it is, Charlie?
No.
What is it? What do you want?
The champagne, Donna Lucia.
Oh, I knew you'd forget something, so I brought some with me. In my bag, Brassett. It's in my bag.
Well, I was right after all, and that foolish old woman. That foolish old woman told me you weren't.
Ah, Mr. Spettigue, nice to see you.
Don't interfere, sir. So, this is the way you take advantage of my absence?
But, Mr. Spettigue...
I said don't interfere.
But won't you allow us to explain?
My business is with this young man, sir, not with you.
But you won't listen to either of them.
Go away, madam.
Where'd you get that hat? Take it off, sir.
Perhaps you'll remember, sir, that ladies are present.
I disapprove of their presence and request they leave with me.
We can discuss this on a more fitting occasion.
An excellent suggestion. Let him call again.
You are a foolish old woman.
Ah!
Ladies, come.
Jack, introduce me.
Mrs. Spettigue, Colonel Chesney.
Mr. Chesney is my son, sir. And this lady...
Pray, don't introduce him to me. I've been sufficiently insulted by the chubby old gentleman already.
I can only say that I am deeply annoyed to find my nieces lunching without my permission with these two young gentlemen.
Invited here to meet Mr. Wickham's aunt.
Ha! Indeed.
There is no indeed about it, sir. Allow me to introduce you. Donna Lucia d'Albadores, Mr. Spettigue.
Donna Lucia d'Albadores. The famous Spitze-Mare. Oh, my God, what a mistake. Oh, how do you do?
How do you do? I'm Charlie's Alt from Brazil, where the nuts come from. Be more careful, please.
I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for my regrettable rudeness.
He's apologized. Ask him to lunch.
Well, you were regrettably rude. I was shocked.
I'm very, 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 very sorry.
Shocked.
Very, very sorry.
Well, since you've apologized, will you stay to lunch?
If you wish it, I will be delighted. And am I forgiven for my unforgivable rudeness?
You're forgiven.
Oh.
Here. Accept this as a peace offering.
My flower! Allow me, Donna Lucia.
No! Allow me.
Oh, perhaps I can sit between the two gentlemen.
Well, we're sailing along. You know, his lordship makes a wonderful old lady. There's no doubt about it. It's a bit singular to look at, perhaps. Even peculiar. But then look at some of your old ladies. Nobody will believe them possible. But both the old gents have got an eye on her anyway. I fancy Colonel Chesney is the favourite, although old Spettigue thinks himself in the running. Oh, Lord, if they only knew. Oh, well, college gents will do anything.
What are you laughing at?
You what? Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. I was just thinking about a dear old aunt of mine.
Oh?
Your uncle, I mean.
Yes, just go and get tea, Brassett.
Well, I'm arranging the tea things now, sir.
Well, go and get more lemons or something.
Oh, you're expecting somebody, sir?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact. That is, I'm looking for Kitty. I haven't had a chance to have my talk with her yet.
Oh, yes, I believe she's been a good deal occupied by your aunt. Well, that is when Auntie herself hasn't been busy with the two older gentlemen.
Brassett, will you just go?
Yes, sir.
Kitty?
Ah, there you are, Jack. I need a word with you.
Well, Dad, anything important?
Yes, Jack, it is. Having thought it over, I've decided that you shall have the financial backing I originally mapped out for you.
You have? Mm-hmm. But that's absolutely strange. I thought we were to be comparatively poor.
True, but I figured a way out of that difficulty. My boy, I've determined to take your advice and marry a lady of wealth.
Well, that's capital, Dad. And who is the lovely young thing who has captured your affections?
Well, actually, she's neither lovely nor young, but, thing is not inappropriate.
Well,
Who is she, Dad? What's her name?
Can't you guess?
Oh, no, I can't.
Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
Dad, this is impossible.
Impossible? Why, you yourself suggested it. And for your sake, I'm going to do it.
But you can't.
Can't? Why not?
Well, she gave away your flower to Spettigue.
She explained all that to me. Spettigue behaved so dreadfully, she couldn't resist playing the coquette with him. He hasn't a ghost of a chance against me.
You and Spettigue both? Oh, take time, Dad. Think it over.
Think it over? That's not the way an old soldier makes love. I'm going to your rooms and get myself a rattling good brandy and soda to bring me up to the mark. Perhaps without the soda.
Oh, Dad!
Jack! Jack! Babs is behaving disgracefully. First he was with Kitty, and now he's taken Amy away from me and gone off around the garden with both of them.
That's nothing to what's going on here. You hear that?
Yes, what is it?
My dad getting himself a rattling good brandy and soda without the soda to bolster his courage.
What for?
To propose to Babs, that's all.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
I knew something awful would come in this. How could you let it go on?
Hey, don't blame me. It was the fault of your muddle-headed aunt for not knowing her own mind and leaving us in the lurch.
Well, we better find Babs and warn him about your dad. You go one way, I'll go the other.
Charlie, would you look at him?
Ah, Mr. Wickham! There you are. Did you think you lost us?
Yes, I'm afraid I did.
I was quite lost myself. I was all at sea in a berry bush, and dear darling Kitty found me and brought me to safety. She's so sweet.
Yes, she is sweet. Kitty, I've been looking for you, but I must talk to Auntie for a moment. Perhaps Charlie could take you and Amy to see the chapel, and I'll meet you there later.
Oh, we've seen the chapel.
We've just come from there.
Well, you must see the rose garden.
Oh, the rose garden is lovely.
How about the petunias?
Oh, we've seen the petunias, the marigolds, the daffodils, and the buttercups.
How about the cabbages?
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 Oh, they haven't seen the cabbages. They must see the cabbage patch, Charlie, and I'll meet you there later, dear Kitty.
Well, we're all off to the cabbage patch. Off to you, ladies.
Not you. I haven't seen the cabbages. I have something to tell you.
Well, I don't care to listen.
Oh, what the deuce do you mean by this game?
What game?
You promised to help us.
Well, I'm doing my best.
Doing your best? Your business was to look after those two old chaps, and here you are. But I've no wish to argue.
No, I shouldn't argue if I were you.
Listen, I want to put you on your guard.
On my guard? Oh, thank you.
Yes. My dad is going to propose to you.
Well, I'm not going to marry him for you or anyone else.
Well, of course not, you idiot. All you have to do is be calm and refuse him.
Be calm and refuse him, but a proposal puts anyone in a fit of a flutter. You know that.
Well, all you have to do is remember that you're a real old lady.
Well, how the dickens am I to remember I'm a real old lady with my trousers on?
Never mind your trousers. Look, now, here's my dad. I'm off.
Well, what should I say to him? I've never been proposed to before.
Well, say he's taken you by surprise. But whatever you do, mind you, refuse him.
Oh, yes, I'll refuse him.
You made the date herself. Well, it appears she's not coming. I think I'll just have another little nip. There you are, Donna Lucia. Won't you have a seat?
Oh, thank you so much.
Donna Lucia, you'll pardon the rude metaphor of an old campaigner, I'm sure. But meeting you today for the first time, as I have done, is to me like a lonely traveler coming across some bright little flowerlet by the wayside.
You mean me?
Yes, Donna Lucia, yes.
Oh, that's very sweet and very kind of you.
Donna Lucia, do you know what a man longs for when he's lonely, desolate, and wretched?
A drink?
Yes. No. No, Donna Lucia. He longs to plant in his own heart that bright little flowerlet.
Oh, I remember the one by the wayside. That one. Does he really?
Yes, Donna Lucia. And I have come all the way from Manila to find that flowerlet.
Oh, you must be tired. Take a seat.
Yes, it's a long way, Donna Lucia. But I have found my flowerlet.
Well, then why don't you wear it in your buttonhole?
Will you let me? Or will it be given away to another as you did before?
Ah, remember I was a naughty girl this morning.
But dear Lucia... The flowerlet, I mean, must sit at the head of the table.
Table?
Walk by my side. Dwell in my heart. Forever.
Lovely sentiment, lovely.
I'll waste no more time. I'll come to the point with a soldier's bluntness. Will you be my wife? Ooh. Will you be my little flowerlet?
You've taken me so much by surprise.
And I may hope.
No, don't hope. Don't hope. I shouldn't hope if I were you.
I beg pardon, Donna Lucia.
No, you see, the fact is, I am another's.
Another's?
Yes, I say don't be downhearted. I'll tell you what I'll do if you like.
Yes.
I shall be like a sister to you.
A sister? Only a sister?
Only a sister, nothing more.
And no words of mine can alter your decision?
No, you see, I'm in a more peculiar position than I could ever explain. I am a woman with a history.
Oh, well, then it is quite useless to prolong this interview, and you will accept my regrets and apologies for ever having broached the subject.
Certainly, any time you're passing. What did you want to make a fool of my dad like that for? I didn't make a fool of the fool, you fool. Did you hear what he called me? Yes, a flowerlet. Yes, by the wayside. That's a nice thing, isn't it?
Why didn't you cut him short and refuse him at once?
I couldn't very well refuse him until he proposed. No lady could. I shall find myself in divorce court before I know where I am. Look out, there's old Spettigue. I'll smack him one.
Mr. Chesney, have you seen Donna Lucia?
Mr. Spettigue!
There she goes! That's all right. I must meet Kitty. Why couldn't Charlie's aunt behave like a lady and turn up as she had promised? I hate the sight of her before I've even seen her.
The gateman distinctly said that my nephew and his roommate, Mr. Chesney, had come here for tea, but I see no one. Chesney. Now, why couldn't Charlie stay in his rooms where I could find him?
You telegraphed to say you couldn't come.
Yes, I know, my dear.
Oh, then changed your mind.
Yes, for about the first time in my life.
Why?
Some vague desire to see him without his knowing he was being seen.
It is beautiful here, isn't it? I could roam about these old places all day. Oh, to live among these leafy shades, ancient spires, and sculptured nooks. Like silent music, a scholar's fairyland.
Yes, but in this weather a bit fatiguing.
Oh, how beautiful it must be by moonlight, where the shadows have no sudden fears, and the silver silver bells chime to the sentinel angel of the night, who smiles to heaven and whispers back, "All's well, sweet bells, all's well."
You fanciful little woman. What has put all of this about angels and so forth into your head today?
Oh, I don't know.
I think I can trace back all the little byways and slyways of thought that generally lead in one direction.
Oh, no, it's so sweet here.
Well, so it was there by moonlight, as seen from the bridge of a certain yacht. And a certain someone who told you as you listened to the chime of the ship's bell that you looked like the angel of the watch. Oh, he was a flattering tongued person. What was his name again?
Oh, Auntie, I've told you so often.
Lord Fancourt Babberly. The very same gentleman who contrived to lose a fortune at cards to your dying father that you might have a suitable inheritance.
If ever we meet, I fully intend to give it back.
Oh, tut, child. I doubt that the gentleman would accept it. He went to such great lengths to lose it.
Lord Babberly. Oh.
My dear, now you set me to thinking.
Have I? What about?
About my someone.
Oh, Auntie, do tell.
It was before I went to Brazil. I was very young, and he was very shy. Well, he never called me Angel of the Watch, but he did get as far as a stammering compliment and a blush. And then...
And then?
And then he was ordered back to his regiment.
Without ever?
Without ever.
Oh, Auntie.
It was at a dance the evening before he went away.
And you've never loved anyone since?
Oh, I was a sentimental young lady in those days.
Oh, Auntie, what was his name?
Frank Chesney. Chesney. How strange.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Oh, Auntie.
I'm afraid I'm intruding.
Not at all, sir. We are most assuredly out of place and not you.
The college grounds are open to everyone. I am, so to speak, at home here because my son is a student in residence. By your leave.
Excuse me, Mr.
Chesney.
And are you, or rather were you, Lieutenant Frank Chesney?
I was.
And you don't remember me?
I acknowledge with regret that I have no recollection.
It must be at least 20 years.
Oh, 20 years is a long time, Auntie.
20 years. Where was my regiment then, I wonder?
That he'd forgotten the day you first embarked for Veracruz.
No.
Would you have forgotten the evening before?
No, not altogether.
Then?
Lucy! I can't believe it. Let me look at you. And to think that at that very dance...
Yes.
But you don't remember that, of course.
No.
No, because you never knew. But that night, I nearly made you an avowal that... and we haven't met in all that time, nearly, well, over 20 years, we'll say.
I'm afraid so.
I remember the dance perfectly. You were in white, all tied up in blue.
Yes, all tied up in blue, like a chocolate box.
You must meet my son. He's a splendid fellow. He has rooms here with a friend, a young fellow named Wickham.
Yes, Wickham.
Who's entertaining some ladies, 2 young ladies and his aunt.
His aunt?
A lady from Brazil.
From Brazil?
Yes, Donna Lucia Dalvadores. I must introduce you.
Do I understand you to say that Donna Lucia Dalvadores is here? Actually here?
In the garden, or was 5 minutes ago. Do you know her?
I've heard of her. Would you excuse me a moment?
Of course, Lucy.
Auntie, what does he mean?
That dreadfully boring woman on the train. Do you still have her card?
Oh, yes. But why?
I feel you should know me as I am. That is, if you would like to.
Indeed, I would. Mrs. Bentley Smythe. Mrs.
I'm a widow.
I'll find Donna Lucia and the boys. Or perhaps you wouldn't mind coming into the garden to meet them.
No, that would be a pleasure. I'm most curious to meet them. This is my niece, Miss Delahay.
How do you do?
Colonel Francis Chesney, retired.
Yes. Well, come along, Ella.
Ah, Jack, my boy, if that had been Donna Lucia, things might have been very different.
Come to be my little darling. You can't outrun lust.
Mr. Spettigue!
Ah, call me Stephen.
Stephen!
Here we are at last, alone. And now, my dear Kitty.
Yes, Jack, you've said that before.
Now, please don't interrupt me. I go straight at most things, and I'm not going to hesitate over this. Kitty.
Jack!
Oh, Kitty, to be serious. In a few hours, you'll be off to Scotland, and it may be years before we meet again, unless...
Unless what?
Will you listen?
I can't help myself.
I've told you how my father intended to provide me with financial backing to begin my career after graduation.
Yes?
Well, he can't do that for the next few years, so I shall need to earn my own living.
That will do you no harm, Jack.
Now, that's how I look at it. I've done well here at school. I've worked hard, and work tells wherever you are. So I intend to roll up my sleeves and come out all right, one way or another.
Well, I'm sure I wish you every success.
Of course, in time, I shall be quite well off. But the question is, will you wait?
Wait? What for?
Well, for my position in life to be less,
Modest?
Thanks, exactly. My home, at first, would be,
Rented?
Yes. My income...
Small?
Yes. And my extra income...
Precarious.
Thanks. But soon, my ambitions will be realized, my fears nil, and my hopes tremendous. Well, now you know all. That's how I stand.
Oh, that's how you stand.
Oh, Kitty. My dear, sainted, beloved Kitty. My dreams will never be realized without you.
Without me?
Well, now I've upset you. I have no right in my present position to suggest that you...
Jack, why should you say that?
Kitty.
As if I hadn't the heart to do what thousands of better girls than I have done?
Kitty.
As if I couldn't guess all the happy fun that is to be got out of cooking and mending and ministering to the wants and happiness of the man who will work and strive for the woman he loves?
Kitty.
Oh, try me, Jack, for I love you dearly.
You do, Kitty? You do?
As much as you love me, Jack?
Oh, Kitty.
My dear, sainted, beloved Kitty.
Kitty, you're a brick. I've done it. I've done it.
Oh, no, and about my guardian, Uncle Spettigue.
I'll see him at once.
Oh, no, that won't do.
It won't do?
No, we must have his consent in writing, and so must Amy if she is to wed.
In writing? Why?
So he can't retract. When we marry, Uncle Spettigue loses his control of our inheritance.
We may never get his consent in writing nor in any other way.
Oh, but we will, Jack. There's one person who can get that written consent for us, so be a good boy and send it to me at once.
Who, Amy?
Oh, no. Charlie's aunt, Donna Lucia.
Donna Lucia? But, Kitty...
Oh, no, don't ask questions. There's a good boy. But send her to me at once while I find Amy.
Kitty!
I've done it, Jack! I've done it! Done what? Let the cat out of the bag and told her everything.
You nitwit! What for? What did you tell her?
That I love her.
Oh, is that all?
Yes, but Jack, now she's gone to find Donna Lucia to get her uncle's consent in writing.
Lucy, give me an answer, do. I'm half crazy for the love of you.
I mean to kill him! You don't know what he keeps saying to me!
Why, what does he say?
Huh? Oh, get out, man. That's nothing.
Now, it's embarrassing. Look how well I get on with the girl.
Yes, confound you too well.
Oh, do I? Jack, I can live this lie no longer.
Now, don't start that. Some lies have got to be lived.
What for?
To save confessing them, you nitwit.
I wish to goodness you'd put it all to an end.
So do I. I want a drink. Oh, we'd be all right if that donkey would only be reasonable and behave like a lady.
Oh, I know all that. But he can't. He doesn't know how to.
As it is, the selfish idiot is ruining everything.
I wish we'd asked Freddie Peel now.
At any rate, Freddie Peel would have stood by us like a man.
Yeah. But we were fools to trust him.
Selfish little beast.
When you think of all the misery he's put us through.
I feel so infernally indignant I could wring his head off.
Look at him now. Oh. Lucia! Lucia!
Oh, there you are.
Lucia! 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 Oh. Lucia! Lucia! Oh, God. Oh.
Mr. Chesney, have you seen Donna Lucia?
In the garden.
In the garden. What?
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this. I don't let Charlie have a go.
Stop complaining.
Oh, no. I don't like it. I don't want to. He looks like a fat owl. All right, Charlie. You want to hear what he said to me?
Yeah.
You know what he said?
What?
He said he wants to squeeze me at places I've never been squeezed. How does he know where I've been squeezed? Then he pinched me.
Did you like it?
No. Just when we want old Spettigue in his best humor, you go and risk everything by this fool of a game.
What fool of a game? I don't like old Spettigue. He's so pushy. I want to be loved for myself, not my money. Where's my antimacassar?
Right here.
Am I right behind?
Look out, here are the girls.
Donna Lucia, we've been looking for you everywhere. Amy and I want so much to speak with you.
We're in a difficulty.
A difficulty?
Yes, and we want you to be an angel and... Now, Jack, do go away.
Yes, Jack, go away. They want me to be an angel.
You know our uncle, Mr. Spettigue. He's our guardian under my father's will, and we cannot marry without his consent.
And you know Jack and Kitty are in love with each other.
And Amy and Charlie are...
And Kitty wants you to...
Wait a moment, Amy, dear.
Just wait a moment, Amy, dear. It's her turn now.
Now it's your turn.
Now it's your turn.
And Amy and Charlie are in love with each other, too. But you don't object, do you?
Oh, no, my dear.
Now, Jack, do go away.
Yes, go away, Charlie.
Just go away. We three girls want to be alone.
Now, first, you know where we left off, don't you?
You're all in love and want to get married.
Well, yes.
And we want Uncle's consent.
And yours. And we want you to be an angel and do it.
Oh, yes, nothing could be nicer.
You are so kind, but I knew it from the first.
Would you like me to be one of your bridesmaids? No? Some other time?
And Mr. Spettigue's consent must be in writing.
Oh, dear Donna Lucia, do say you will try.
We are going away.
Oh, my dears, don't leave me.
Yes, we're going to Scotland.
Oh, Scotland, lovely country, where the Scotch comes from.
Oh, Donna Lucia, have you ever been in love?
Oh, dozens of times. No, I mean once in love, always in love.
Then you know what it means to us, don't you?
Well, I should rather think I do.
Then we'll find Mr. Spettigue and send him to you at once.
Oh, Brass, be a good fellow. Get me a brandy and soda. Oh, never mind. I don't Spettigue.
Oh. Oh. My dear Donna Lucia. I've been looking for you all afternoon.
No!
I have so much to say to you.
Mr. Spettigue. Mr. Spettigue, would you introduce me?
Oh, why, certainly. Donna Lucia, Mrs. Bentley Smythe, Donna Lucia, d'Alvadores.
How do you do?
How do you do?
I'm Charlie Zalt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
You know, I'm most interested in meeting you.
Really?
Yes, I knew your late husband. Intimately.
Excuse me.
Where are you going, Donna Lucia?
She knew my late husband intimately. Is everything all right? Oh, she knew my late husband intimately.
Crumbs.
Oh, look out. Here's tea. What's all of it? Well, you must entertain. Now, will you pour tea, Donna Lucia? Do we all take tea?
Yes, I'll have some tea, please. Yes.
You've not been long in America, have you, Donna Lucia?
Change the subject. Change the subject.
I've heard a great deal about you. They say you had quite a reputation.
I did, but I'm all right now.
People seem to think you were all right then. I understand Donna Lucia is a renowned linguist, that in addition to her mastery of the Portuguese tongue of Brazil, she is also very fluent in French.
No, not really. No. No, you know, a word or two, nothing really. No, nothing. I felt tower.
I felt...
Soup de jour.
Brilliant.
Ask if anyone wants cream or sugar. Cream and sugar!
And German.
Oh, no, really. Oh, what? I do nothing amazing. Really. Oh, the Wiener Schnitzel. Sauerkraut. Nothing really.
And Spanish.
Oh, no. Oh, Senorita, Nina Pinta, Santa Maria. But nothing really major. Nothing that exciting, you see. My hat! Really? No.
My hat! Oh, my God. Oh.
Oh, Stephen! I'm so sorry, Stephen. Do forgive me.
Stephen? Why, say no more, Donna Lucia. It's good for us all to cavort once in a while.
Nothing like a good cavort.
And now, I have a little proposition to make.
Yeah.
I want you all to come to my home this evening for dinner.
Nice of you.
Donna Lucia, my carriage will arrive shortly. You'll ride with me.
My God, it's impossible.
I won't take no for an answer. I want I want you all to come.
I have my niece with me, Miss Delahay.
Miss Delahay.
Delighted. Bring her also.
I can't possibly.
Oh, that voice, I'd know it anywhere. It's...
Yes, my dear.
Oh, no.
There they go. Having a jolly time of it now the dinner's over. Fancy old Spettigue getting me to come down here tonight and buttle for him. Suppose he's too much of a penny pincher to have a buttle of his own. Buttle of his own. All I can say is it's absolutely marvellous the way his lordship's kept it up. I know. What's up now? Well, if the worst comes to the worst, I've got his lordship's dress clothes with me.
Brassett, get me a carriage quick. I'm going home.
Why did you run from the dinner table like that? Just as old Spettigue was composing a poem to your face. Instead of behaving like a dignified lady, you're acting like an old...
Oh, go on, finish it. Don't spare me. You can't say I'm drunk, although I certainly ought to be.
Oh, look here, Babs, you promised to help us.
Yes, but that was before she was here.
She who?
The little girl.
What little girl?
Miss Delahay, my little girl.
The lady with Mrs. What's-her-name, Smythe?
Yes, it's my little girl whom I lost to this butterscotch woman took away from me at Monte Carlo. You twit, and I'm off.
Well, you can't run off now that you've got us into this mess.
But I want to tell her what you fellas are telling your girls, and I can't, Hank, and I'm just as much in love as you are.
Charlie, was there ever such an idiot?
No, there never was. Look at me. I'm a disgrace to my sex.
They'll hear everything.
Oh, I don't care. I can't bear it. Then I was sitting at the table enveloped in chintz while your confounded girls kept kissing me in front of the woman I love.
You seemed to enjoy it earlier.
Well, that's because I was playing the game you begged me to play, but now it's finished.
Not quite. You must stay at least till you get old Spettigue's consent in writing.
Oh, you fellas are like babies. You should have your mothers with you.
This way.
They're coming. Here, sit down, quick.
How is your aunt, Mr. Wickham? We were afraid she might be ill.
Yes, is there anything the matter?
Auntie's been a little upset by the heat in the dining room, that's all.
The heat? I thought it was rather cold.
Oh, Charlie means that. Cold. You see, Donna Lucia has lived for so long in a warm climate that boiling hot dining room seems cold to her. A hot, cold heat, if you understand anything about temperature.
Oh, won't you try some of Auntie's smelling salts? They're really quite nice. Bless you.
Bless you, my dear.
I hope Donna Lucia is all right.
Yes. Is she, Miss Delahay?
Mr. Chesney says she's quite all right now.
Well, go tell Mr. Spettigue. He's most anxious, and leave her to us.
Yes, we'll look after her now. I wonder who she really is, Auntie.
Oh, some old thing they got after receiving my telegram.
Oh, there's something about her. She seems so dear. She has such a kind face.
Yes. Look at it. If I thought they intended that to look like me, I'd never forgive them.
But there is something about her.
Well, the gentlemen seem to be enjoying themselves.
Gentlemen are so exciting, aren't they?
Ladies are exciting as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
I suppose they're telling naughty stories. They always do whenever we leave the room.
Well, then, we ladies can do no less, my dear. You know, I just thought of a very funny story.
Oh, I think I should step out for some air. I don't hold with too much frivolity.
But it was a favorite of Dom Pedro.
Oh, tell us.
Well, perhaps Donna Lucia would prefer to tell Dom Pedro's story herself.
Tom who?
Oh, your late husband, Dom Pedro d'Alvadores?
Oh, yes, of course. I remember his name. I can't remember his stories.
Well, Dom Pedro, who is the kindest soul in all the world. Will Donna Lucia give me permission?
Well, if I must, I must.
As I said before, Dom Pedro was one of the kindest souls in all the world. But this one morning, he did find it necessary to reprimand his downstairs maid.
One can't be too lenient with servants. Probably caught her stealing.
She had not been stealing.
You never know. You can never be sure.
The point of the story is, Dom Pedro said to the maid, "Why didn't you change the water in the goldfish bowl?"
What did the maid say?
Well, the maid said, "You see, that's the funny part."
What's the funny part?
Not yet.
Oh.
The maid said because they didn't drink up what I put in yesterday.
Drink up the water.
Yes.
Damn silly story.
No, I see. Now it's going on. The maid said because the fish didn't drink up what I put in here. Now I love it. I love it. Ah! You know, it reminds me of the one about the two. Well, one of you young ladies play something.
Oh, I'm so out of practice. Amy, why don't you sing something?
Oh, no, I can't. I know nothing new.
Go sing that charming little ballad. Ta-da-da-da-boop-dee.
Won't you sing something for us, Donna Lucia?
Me?
Yes, one of those charming little Brazilian songs I've heard Dom Pedro was so fond of.
Oh, I haven't sung since I had the mumps. But I play a little. What would you like? A little Beethoven, a little Bluebirds of Scotland? Do you know this?
Come along, dear friends.
They're coming. Now, don't forget the letter.
I won't forget.
We'll get them all out into the garden and leave you alone with Mr. Spettigue.
Oh, charming, charming, charming. Ooh, I haven't played for years. Normally I can execute that third without falling.
Brassett, bring the cigars, please. Unless the ladies...
No, go right ahead.
Donna Lucia, do you object?
No, I love a good panatella. It kills the insects and things.
Look at him, Jack.
What's he doing?
Staring at her just like he did all through dinner.
It's a sweet evening. Perhaps some of you may care to enjoy a good cigar in the garden.
Oh, no, thank you, sir.
It's a sweet evening.
Are you fond of music, Mr. Spettigue?
I hope to be.
Oh! Why, are you going to take lessons?
I'm glad you finally know about Kitty, Dad. She's a splendid girl, isn't she?
I like her very much, I must say, Jack. Marriage is a serious step, but with her, that step could be very light indeed.
It is a sweet evening. Would you care to go into the garden? I think I heard a titmouse on the hedgerow.
What?
The letter. Donna Lucia must get the letter.
Oh, yes. It is a sweet evening. Let's all go into the garden.
I think I shall stroll the grounds.
Anyone else for the garden? It's a sweet evening.
Shall we join them?
Yes, it would be a charity to leave those two alone.
Indeed, why?
Oh, just a bit of matchmaking mischief, that's all.
They've gone.
See ya. They've come. See ya. See ya.
Oh, there you are. Oh, Lucia. Oh, how I've longed for this moment. I must speak to you, Lucia.
No, I'm very angry with you.
You hurt me. Don't say that.
But I do say that. After the promise you made to treat me like that.
Promise?
The consent you promised in writing.
How can you, Lucia? Well, we have so much to say that more deeply concerns ourselves.
No, we have not. You don't know me. I'm not an ordinary woman.
Lucia, listen to me. I beg of you, my precioso.
I listen to you with pleasure, but why won't you give me the letter?
Lucia, will you hear me, Lucia, please?
I hear you with pleasure, but where is the letter you promised?
Lucia, you are a puzzle, an enigma.
How dare you? Until you give me the letter, all is over between us.
All right, that decides it. I'll go to my study, a brief note.
With full consent and signed, don't forget.
And then say you'll be mine?
Say anything you like, but don't be too long in the study.
Oh, darling.
I shall be an old woman for the rest of my life. I haven't had a drink or a smoke. Lovely, lovely.
She's smoking. Donna Lucia? Lucia, do you find it a bit chilly in here? Well, I do.
Well, I'll get your wrap, Auntie. Shall I get one for you?
Are you alone?
Yes, I'm all alone.
I shan't leave you then.
Oh, don't detain yourself.
Dear me, what a dreadful smell of smoke.
Yes, I noticed it myself. I'll go see if there's a leak somewhere.
Oh, no, don't go. I wanted to talk with you.
Oh, really?
About your late husband, Dom Pedro.
Oh, how nice.
Do you know when I met Dom Pedro, he told me he had no wife?
Oh, the wicked storyteller, but he was a cruel husband.
Oh, the Dom Pedro I knew was noble, kind, and gentle.
Well, that was his father, the old gentleman with the white moustache.
Donna Lucia.
Yes.
You know, I'm surprised you don't indulge in the habit of smoking. So many Brazilian ladies do, you know.
Well, to tell you the truth, that's just what I was doing when you came in.
Oh, well, pray then. Don't let me interrupt you.
Oh. Would you care to join me?
No, no, thank you. You see, not being a Brazilian lady, it might be thought a bit strange.
Would you like a drink?
No.
Oh.
Donna Lucia.
Yes.
Pardon my curiosity.
Certainly.
Do you have any children?
Only a few, none to speak of.
Here is your wrap, Auntie.
Oh, thank you, dear. I think I shall go into the garden. I fancy Colonel Chesney has something he wants to say to me. Since it's a bit chilly out there, Ella, perhaps you'd better stay in here. Lovely talking to you.
Wasn't it?
Oh, don't go, please.
I was going into the garden.
It's turned quite chilly.
Can I get you a wrap of some kind?
Oh, no, thank you. Auntie says I'm better here. I've been ill, you know.
No, I didn't know.
Oh, I'm all right now, of course, if I take care.
Yes, you must take great care.
Won't you sit down? Auntie, I fancy is a bit more particular than usual this evening. For you see, years ago, she and Colonel Chesney were sweethearts.
Were they?
Yes, but he went away without telling her he was ever and ever so fond of her. Auntie says he was shy. But the noblest man I ever knew was shy, and oh, so kind. He got to know how Papa had become so ill, and so poor, and lost a large sum of money to Papa at cards. Auntie thinks on purpose. I often wondered why they played cards, and Papa's so ill, too. But when I asked the doctor if it wasn't doing harm, he said, not the game that was being played. But you see, I have all the money, and if ever we meet, I mean to give it back.
No, you must never think of doing that.
But he went away before I had time to tell him how much I loved him. For his kindness to my poor father. You don't mind my telling you all this, do you? I don't know why, but I like to talk to you. I like you. And I do so long to see him again. I do.
I do, too.
Lucia!
Have you got the letter?
Yes, here is a letter. But first, make my happiness complete. Say that from this blissful moment, we are engaged.
We are engaged.
Oh,
We are engaged.
darling,
Is the letter, Mr. Spettigue?
Call me Stephen.
Is the letter Stephen?
Yes, that's the letter. And are we betrothed?
We are betrothed.
Mrs. Bentley Spike, Colonel Chesney, congratulate me. I am the happiest man in the world, but where are the dear children? This must be a day of happiness and rejoicing for us all. For us all. Oh.
What on earth does he mean? What's all the excitement about?
Didn't I tell you what would happen if we left those two alone?
What?
She's accepted him.
She...
Yes, Donna Lucia Dalvadores.
You don't mean that.
Yes.
When I think what...
Yes.
Well, that rascal of a son of mine made some sort of a stupid suggestion that I should...
That you should offer your hand and heart to Donna Lucia Dalvadores from Brazil, where the nuts come from. And you don't envy him.
Envy him?
Well, think of her millions.
Ah, Lucy, when I saw your face...
You didn't recognize it.
No, but when I did. But I told you all that in the garden just now.
And you would take me instead. A penniless widow.
Nothing could make me happier.
Auntie, did you find the air too chilly?
I didn't notice, my love.
Oh, Auntie, how pretty you look this evening. Did the Colonel ask?
Come along, dear children. Come along. Amy, you sit over there. And Kitty, you sit there. You gentlemen can stand there. Now, I have something to tell you. Something I think you will all be very pleased to hear. But first of all, where is Donna Lucia?
Oh, Donna Lucia is resting, sir, I fancy.
Well, perhaps it's just as well. Now, before she returns, I have a little secret to tell you. But may I have your attention for 1 moment?
Jack, what's he going to say? How do I know till he said it?
Situated as I am, a lonely widower, surrounded with grave responsibilities, my two lovely nieces, an angel of mercy has blessed me with her heavenly light and joy.
What does he mean? Shut up.
Under her influence, I've consented to the engagement of my niece Amy to a young gentleman in whom I have the fullest confidence, Mr. Charles Wickham.
Charlie, how sweet of your dear aunt.
Furthermore, charmed by irresistible spells, I've also consented to the union of Kitty to John, only son of my dear friend, Colonel Francis Chesney. Colonel Chesney, eh? Now, what will you say to a third engagement?
A third?
Yes. Our angel of mercy has consented to become Mrs. Stephen Spettigue. I allude to our dear friend, Donna Lucia Dalvadores. What the hell was that?
I beg pardon, sir, the tracer.
Well, be more careful, Brassy.
Uncle?
Be more careful, please. Now, nothing could please me more than...
I can listen to this ghastly charade no longer.
Mr. Wickham, what do you mean?
I say I can listen to this...
I heard what you said. Now explain your words.
I love Amy far too much to entrap her under these false and lying pretenses. That woman...
Do you allude in such a manner
Yes,
to...
I say that woman...
I beg of you to speak with more respect of your aunt.
She is not my aunt.
She is not your aunt. What do you mean?
Mr. Spettigue, will you allow me to say that the blame is mine?
I am addressing this person. Explain your words.
I must tell his lordship of this.
At the last moment this morning, my aunt, on whose account we had invited Miss Verdun and Miss Spettigue, telegraphed to say she couldn't come. The ladies arrived, and we...
And I, sir, prevailed upon another person to...
To impersonate her? Oh, I've been treacherously, infamously deceived.
My sympathy, sir.
Oh, you.
That was not our intention, sir.
Don't lie to me, sir.
I beg your pardon, but you forget you were not expected.
An old frump like that with a wig? Oh, God. Turn that woman out of my house.
May I come in?
Who are you, sir?
I'm Charlie's aunt from Brazil, where the nuts come from.
Lord Babberly.
Lord Fancourt, Babberly, I beg your pardon.
Oh,
Auntie, I've told him everything.
What does this mean?
Yes, what does this mean?
It means that we've all done terribly wrong, and I'm so sorry, for if I hadn't offered the temptation, the whole thing would never have occurred.
And if Mr. Spettigue will allow us to add our apologies.
And say we have no words to express our contrition.
You will never marry my girls. The letter. Where is the letter obtained from me under these fraudulent pretenses?
The letter, I have the letter.
It's mine. It's mine.
Give it to me, sir. I demand it.
Allow me.
I shall dispute it. Under her father's will, I shall dispute it.
This letter is addressed and has been delivered to Donna Lucia d'Alvadores.
But she, I mean he, that is not Donna Lucia d'Alvadores.
No, but I am.
You, Lucia?
What?
My aunt!
It's libelous. Libelous! As for you, sir, I shall report you to the authorities. The dean of your college, first thing in the morning. Colonel Chesney, that's for you.
My flower.
Charlie, Mr. Wickham, I mean, how dare you? I'll never forgive you. I'll never forgive any of you for treating Uncle Stephen like that.
Be patient with us, my dear. Your uncle shall receive the most profound reparation my influence can make. For my own part, I only shared in the deception when I found another lady established in my place.
No wonder you knew so much about my late husband.
Well, I'm as sorry as anyone, but it doesn't change anything with us, Jack.
Oh, indeed. Then he shall have to wait till I'm his mother.
Mother?
Yes, Donna Lucia, in deceiving me as much as anyone, has, however, done me the honor to recollect an old affection, and has promised to assume that authority. So look out, Jack.
As for you, Lord Fancourt Babberly, I'm afraid you've gained one confidence that nothing could excuse.
I know, and I can't say how sorry I am, but I wouldn't part with the memory of that confidence to save my life. And if Miss Delahay will allow me to say so, I'm willing to atone for it with a lifelong devotion. Would you forgive me?
Auntie!
And now where's my son?
Here, Mama.
I'm afraid I'm going to have a very serious talk with you, Jack, before I give you this. Charlie, I'll never forgive you if you deceive that sweet young lady again. As for you, Lord Fancourt Babberly...
Oh, no, never again. I give you my word. I give you the clothes, if you like. I've done with them. Miss Delahay has consented to think me over as a husband. In the future, I resign to Colonel Francis Chesney. All claims to Charlie's aunt.